My pastor pointed this out today. Irony. And he says, Jesus is talking to the Pharisees and the scribes here. Like, that's the teachers of the law and the Pharisees. He's like, hey, they're the ones muttering. They're the ones complaining. Oh, by the way, if you're asking if it's okay to have threesomes, I don't know, just ask David. Or Solomon. Or Abraham. Or Isaac. Or Joseph. Look, I'm not saying anything, but if you want your biblical references for polygamy, dude, it's not that hard to find. It's only all of it. I don't necessarily think that has anything to do with it, but like if you want to go find it, I'm sure you can proof text your way into polygamy. So the funny thing is, Vandam's retarded, and he's going to be like, ha, see, he's advocating polygamy, which I'm not. Not at all. But it's funny because the Bible kind of like does it all throughout the Old Testament. And the New Testament doesn't ever do away with it. We've interpreted it that way, and maybe that's the right way. I don't know. I never really thought about it. You clearly have. What are you wishing you had? So Jesus is talking to the Pharisees and the scribes. Here we go. Jesus told them this parable. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Does he not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? Right? And this is good. He's speaking to the scribes and the Pharisees. And the scribes and the Pharisees are obviously sitting there going, well, we're the 99. We're good. We are good. We're good. And the one who gets away, like that guy. Vandam, you know all about this. That guy, oh, that guy's wandering off right there. They're the ones who need to be brought back. We're the 99. We're good. We're the flock. Right? Man. Flock walking around. And this is a basic interpretation. It's really an easy parable to understand. The scribes and the Pharisees get it. They do. They do. This isn't actually the parable's meaning, in my opinion, but that's the basic interpretation. Let's go on. Parable of the lost coin. Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins. The man must have given it to her. And loses one. Now, most of the time, the message stops here. Then you get your basic understanding. Well, the one that's lost is really important, blah, blah, blah. And I guarantee you they do this. I guarantee you the judgmental assholes, even in the chat here, are thinking the same thing. Well, I'm the 99. I'm the 9 coins. Or whatever. You aren't, though. And that's the real message. This is why Jesus spoke in parables a lot of times, is because you're always the one. You're always the special one. That's God telling you you're retarded. Like you're the little downsy that wandered off from the rest of the sheep, or you're the coin that fell into the cracks, like between the couches. And I hate to break that to you, but you're always the one. The Pharisees were always the one as well. They never saw it. And this is where I think the prodigal son story, which follows, becomes more and more interesting as you realize that Jesus is not talking to the crowd here. He's not talking to his disciples. He's talking to the scribes and the Pharisees. He's responding to their grumbling. Because suddenly, they're not getting it. They're not the 99. They're not the 9 coins. They're not the flock. They're away. You're away from the temple. You're squandering. You're tarnished. You're lost. You're lost. Here you are. I'm bringing you back. But they're mad, remember, that Jesus is with sinners. He's eating with sinners. How dare he? So next, this goes straight into the prodigal son. So Jesus continued. This one's a little bit longer, forgive me. That's what he said. There was a man who had 2 sons. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of the country who sent him to his fields to feed the pigs. Very, very fucking degrading for a Jew to be feeding pigs. It's the Pharisees that are judging you. Yeah, the Pharisees, yes. I'm okay with being judged by them too. Let's see. Feed the pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. So you're thinking, like, you're looking at, this is a big deal. He's asking for his inheritance. He's saying, I'm not waiting for you to die. I want my money now. I want to go party, live it up. Cool dude, right? He goes and runs off, and he's awesome. But then his awesome life runs out because he squanders it all, and he has to come back in shame. You left God. He's back there. You can go back. You go back to him. He'll welcome you back in. You'll be back. But you're disconnected. You're walking away, and you're making it about you. It's kind of an interesting twist for me on the story. I never thought about it this way. Okay. Back to the story. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants to ask him what was going on. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. That's gross, if you think about it in the wrong way. But when this son of yours who squandered your property, son of yours, right? Not his brother. They're sitting there whining about like, oh, he's out with prostitutes. He's doing bad stuff. He drank a wine cooler. That would have been the one thing the father would never forgive him. Like, whoa. No fuzzy navels, buddy. You're out of here. God's still there. Father's still there waiting for you. It's joyous. But look at what he says. He's like, it's when you repent, everybody rejoices. When you repent, you repent. To the Pharisees, to the scribes, to the haughty ones. And man, haughtiness is something that is so pervasive in American Christianity. Lady Law, does this end with Nick being the prodigal son? Oh no, I'm not walking back. Lady Law, what are you talking about? No, that's the thing. We're all the one. Everybody in every story is the one, except for the last story where you're the two. You're both, really. You're both and. You're both the son that walks away, and you're the son that faithfully stays, but is bitter and embittered by the actions of the father. Because of course we are. Of course we are. When we watch people who don't get justice, one way or another, we scream and rage at the injustice of it. No, I did this and this and this. Why does this guy get the good thing? Or why didn't they get the bad thing? We're all that same person, but we're also the person who takes the blessings that we have and we go and we fuck it up. We all fuck it up. And if you think you're not fucking it up, you're probably fucking it up way harder than the people around you. And that's the message in all of them. Jesus is speaking to the people who think they're not fucking up. And he's giving them direct imagery. You are. You're the ones who left. You left the temple. You fell out of the hands of the woman. You walked away from your father. You asked him for your wealth in advance. And then you left. But you can always come back. It's a message of hope, obviously. And if you guys go to your church and listen to them, they're all there. They're all there. They're all sitting there waiting. They're the ones who whisper and judge. And they never hear it for themselves either. They'll say it. But in their heads, they're always the 99 sheep who stayed by the shepherd, right? They're never the curious one who walked away. But yeah, look, I'm not here to, I'm always hesitant to talk Bible because these are just my thoughts on it. They're just my thoughts on it. I don't have any credential to it. I didn't do like some deep study. I just read it. I've been in a church denomination that says, just read it. Like you just read it. You don't need special training. You don't need any of this. Phantom says, how do you fucking know, you hypocrite? Because you are the perfect example. And it's by your words, man. I don't sit and judge you. I don't give a shit at all. I don't know what you do. I don't want to know what you do. Deal with it on your own. But in this stream, man, you have been so quick to just rail on me about things you think are going on. It's embarrassing. Peace to you, my friend. But yeah, I'm not here to like give special insight or anything. I encourage people to like pick up the Bible and read it. And just read it. Just read it. And see what happens. Doesn't mean you're going to find the greatest truth. It doesn't mean you're going to be like more religious or anything. Just read it. Then put yourself in a different perspective and read it again. It's a critical approach to literature. Try that out. Put yourself in the mind of a modern feminist and read it or something. I use the Bible for my own agenda. No, I don't justify anything in my life with the Bible. Not a single thing. But keep telling me what I do. It's fine. Keep definitely not proving out that judgment thing or the haughtiness thing that you've been doing. Like, he's definitely not. So is Destiny the one or the 99? And should we rejoice in his cancellation? Destiny's the one. We're all the one. All of us are the one. We're all the one, man. Of course. The Bible's whole message is really simple. It's you need help, but guess what? The help was done. The work's done. It was done for you. There's hope. Like, it could have been really bad. You got this good stuff. They call it the good news for a reason. You got this good stuff. You're going to fail. You're going to screw up all over the place. Tons and tons of times. You're going to be okay. You just did it, you massive hypocrite. I didn't. You really want me to, but I didn't, buddy. I haven't justified anything. You don't even know what I'm talking about. You have your own perspective on like what I'm doing or whatever, and you've decided that it's bad. Cool. Go for it. You're the one sitting in judgment. I'm not. I don't care what you do. Ever. Go live.